you came out with a very powerful sort of message to market, right? Which is basically get the Hollywood body.
Yeah.
So you cut through all the noise, almost like Trump, make America great again.
Yeah.
But you can love him or hate him, but you have to say it's a hell of a tagline, right? All right. So was that something that happened right away, or you tried a bunch of other different things and didn't quite? I mean, you had some success, and then when you really hit on that, it took off. Because I understand there's two parts to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the workout side, there's the regimens, there's the advice you give, and then there's the marketing, and they're independent from one another. You know what I'm saying? In other words, so it sounds to me like that your regimens and protocols have remained constant, and were they constant before that point?
So to answer that question about was this the first thing I landed on, or I try everything else? The reality is that this was pretty much the first thing I landed on. But it wasn't. I wasn't trying to find out what do people want, what's going to sell, what offer is going to work. I was focused on what do I want. If I was in this fitness industry, like, who do I want to follow? What protocol do I want to follow? So it happened very authentically and organically. I was like, this is what I want. And I started sharing that. And that's what took off. So I did, like, it wasn't like I tried tons of different offers, but as I started to figure out what part of my brand people were responding to, that's when I honed in on it. So I didn't really use the Hollywood body as much. And I'm like, and as I started to figure out what really people responded to, then over the years, I got very much more dialed in on my messaging.
Got it. So you started getting traction. You just kept kind of slight improvements, it evolved from.
Yeah. And like in the beginning, I would just kind of dance around. I'm like, oh, so what's Kinobody? And I wouldn't really know how to answer that question. Well, we do like intermittent fasting, and we work out, and we do this and this. And then my buddy Nick, who's here with me, he said, Greg, you build the Hollywood body, you work out 3 days per week, and you get to eat amazing meals. That's what you do. And I was like, duh.
All right, let's get specific here. So 3 days a week, how long is each workout?
About an hour.
Okay, and tell me what kind of workout is it. Give me an example of what the workout could consist of.
So the concept is, if you want to build a great body, you got to get stronger in key lifts. If you're my client and I do your breakdown, I'm like, okay, you know what? You're doing 155 or maybe 185 incline press. We want to get that up to 205. We want to get up your weighted pull-ups. And so you pick about 5 exercises, and I do reverse pyramid training. So after you warm up, you do that first set with a heavier weight for about 4 to 6 reps. That's your personal record set. Every workout, we either want to add a couple reps, and then the next workout will add a bit of weight. And that's what is going to allow your body to change. And with my clients that are 45, 50, we'll take it a bit slower. Maybe we'll work in a bit higher reps. And then the second set, we'll drop the weight. We'll get a few more reps. And training in this style, it just makes the most sense, because when you are doing that really challenging weight, you want to go into it when you're relatively fresh. If you've already done like 5 sets and you're exhausted, you're training on your potential. If you're training on your potential, you're gonna limit your growth. But crazy enough, when you do that first heavy set, if you were to do a weight you can do for 6, 7 reps and it's tough, then you drop the weight, and then that next set feels a lot lighter. You're like, whoa, this is really easy. And it's because doing that heavy weight first, it actually activates your central nervous system. Your body has to recruit more muscle fibers, and you maintain that state for your second set. Just the same reason, if you pick up 50-pound dumbbells, curl them, then when you go and grab 35s, they feel oddly light. And so what happens is the more muscle fibers you recruit, the more muscle growth you can trigger. So that's the bulk of my training, reverse pyramid. And then we use rest pause training to help add more size to the shoulders, because you can't go heavy on lateral raises. So there's a little loophole where if you were to do a weight that you can do 15 times, your body's only using maximum muscle fiber recruitment for the last few reps. So when you do high rep sets, a lot of that effort's wasted, because it's only those last few your body has to really kick in. But if you do a heavy weight that's for 6 reps, from the very first rep, your body's going. But let's say you do 15 reps, rest 10 seconds, and you can only do 5, but your body still uses all that muscle. So it's more efficiency.
So it's always about pushing it towards exhaustion, right? Maxing out the fiber, the fiber.
Yeah,
right?
get in. Yeah, that's a very big part of it. Yeah.